Happy Friday, Fan Clan! What is going on? Happy Pokemon 150 Fun Day! The name just always sounds weird. For those of you who don't know what Pokemon 150 Fun Day is, we are giving away a booster box of this beauty right here. Pokemon 151, the newest set released in Japan. I can only say that for like one more week because next week Ruler of the Black Flame or Ruler of the, whatever it's called, Ruler of the Dark Flame, releases in Japan, which is going to be our next main series set, Obsidian Flames, which comes out in August. This is Pokemon 151. This is our Scarlet and Violet 151 specialty set. No booster boxes for that set, which comes out in September. This is a throwback, super nostalgic, really hyped up set. Prices are starting to come down a little bit over in Japan as reprints start circulating. Did seem like emails went out letting people know that the print to orders are going to be shipping sometime in October, but only for one box. The prices are still like 3 times that much. It's still ridiculous over there. So super fun set. But we are giving away a booster box of this every single week, every single Friday until the release of Scarlet and Violet 151, which is September 22nd. So we've got like 8 weeks, 2 months. 2 months left of giveaways. So, congratulations this week to PokeVenom_1. PokeVenom_1. You are the winner of a brand new Pokemon 151 booster box. All I have to do is get your information. So if you could do me a favor and just message me verification of your YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram at danny.phantump, on Twitter at danny__o, or you can just email me, dannyphantumpcontent@gmail.com. Don't fall for those telescammers that keep popping up in the comments section down below. I will always verbally announce the winners, so just reach out to me, verify your YouTube channel, and then I just need your mailing address so I can ship this out. I'll never make you cover postage for winning a prize. That's not cool at all. So somebody asks you to pay for shipping, it's not the real Fanny. With that being said, if you want to win a box of Pokemon 151, here's your chance. All you have to do is just hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like and a comment on this video, and boom, you are entered. Come back next Friday to see if you are our winner for next week. We got 9 weeks left, somewhere around there. So subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Boom, you're entered. We're going to talk about Pokemon 151, but the English variant of it, Scarlet and Violet 151, because things are getting a little bit annoying. And the reason they're getting a little bit annoying is because of content creators such as myself. Underprint. You hear that term quite a bit in the Pokemon community, things being short printed or underprinted or not as much stock that is going to be available. We're going to go over Pokemon Card or Scarlet and Violet 151 allocations and what it looks like compared to other previous specialty sets in just a minute here. But first of all, let's throw that underprint out the window. Let's get rid of that whole idea. First of all, Pokemon is not underprinting anything right now, okay? So let's look at historically how Pokemon is doing over the past couple years. In 2021, Pokemon printed 9.1 billion cards. 9.1 billion cards. Let's assume for a second like only half of those were English and the other half was foreign language, energy blocks, things like that. That's still 4.5 billion cards that are hitting the market. A lot of sets that weren't printed, a lot of sets that weren't reprinted. So you're focusing on really a lot of modern sets that were printed in 2021. In 2022, 9.7 billion cards. So they actually printed 600 million more cards of modern sets. So you're looking at, over the course of 2 years, 18.8 billion cards. Roughly, we're just saying, to be super conservative, 10 billion English cards. We're assuming that this printing number, this 18 billion, is covering all languages. You're looking at least 10 billion Pokemon cards that hit the market. Pokemon is not underprinting anything. So this set is by no means going to be short printed. Allocations look absolutely horrible, but there's a reason behind that. And I think a lot of it has to do with storefronts, online storefronts, such as myself. Not that we were scalping products over the past couple of years, but a lot of storefronts were, right? A lot of brick and mortar stores were. And right now, I want to talk to you about really the state of the hobby when it comes to an LGS. It's not very good. Pokemon has not released a whole lot of products this year, and they have not released a whole lot of products that were home runs. Scarlet and Violet did not do well. You can go on TCG Player right now with reprints coming out. You can see booster boxes being sold on TCG Player for $95, $96. That's a loss for a lot of companies. When you look at the fact that they're paying 13, 14% fees on top of that, plus shipping, their net profit on that is going to be like -$10, -$12. However, they have to move those products because look what's all coming out next month. So first of all, we have all these reprints that are hitting, right? We're going to talk about reprints on Sunday and what it's doing to the market. But Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, Scarlet and Violet, all of these reprints coming at once, which is going to mean major invoices for a lot of these brick and mortar stores, a lot of online LGSs. And because of that, a lot of companies need to kind of sell off a lot of products. So it's a race to the bottom to try and turn some inventory so that way they can free up some capital to pay for the next set. If you look at the next actual main series release, Obsidian Flames, we're only a few weeks away from that shipping. And if you're only a few weeks away from that shipping, you need to start having that money prepared so that way you can pay your invoice for Obsidian Flames, which looks like it's going to be a slightly better set than what people are expecting from, or expected from Paldea Evolved and Scarlet Violet. Obviously, it's got the Chase Charizard, it's got a couple other chases in it that people are excited about. Probably not as great as I think a lot of people were hoping, but at least a step in the right direction. And then 4 weeks after that, you have the release of Scarlet and Violet 151, which a lot of people are super excited about. So stores are going to have to pay invoices for that. And then earlier this week, Pokemon announced the 4th main series set for the Scarlet and Violet block, which is what, Paradigm Rift, or Paradox Rift, something like that, which comes out in November. So there's going to be 3 sets in the span of 4 months that a lot of storefronts are going to have to pay all these invoices on. And because of that, with things not selling very well, they're going to have to free up capital and do whatever they can. They're going to have to discount product and do whatever they can to push stuff out the doors. And they're not getting the allocations from the big set, Pokemon 151, Scarlet and Violet 151, like they would like, because I think Pokemon is adjusting how they do things. And the reason Pokemon is adjusting how they do things is for collectors. They want to make sure that they keep the same distribution channels because local game stores are important to the hobby. You need to have some sort of organized play system, especially to continue to grow the game. So you have to have local game stores that are getting some product because, let's face it, players need a place to go and play. And Pokemon changed the rules. You can't have a local game, or you can't have a league, a sanctioned league, happen at a library or a food court at a mall anymore. You have to have it at an actual local game store. So Pokemon still needs to have those in place. However, but because people were having so many problems finding product, I think Pokemon is kind of shifting how they're doing things, which means they're distributing a lot more to marketing companies that are stocking these big box stores like Walmart, like Best Buy, like Target, like GameStop, but they're also shifting their distribution pattern to a lot more big box stores in general, where they can sell it online, where they can do pre-orders online. And you can notice this, we're going to talk about this here. If you look at these websites that are actually selling Scarlet and Violet 151, we're just going over 4 big box retailers right now. So this is Target.com, and unfortunately, I don't know why it is that ETBs are more expensive on Target and Walmart than they are on like GameStop. The MSRP for this Elite Trainer Box for Scarlet and Violet 151 is $49.99, not $54.99. So I know that these big box stores, some of them have actually gone up $5, but this is MSRP for Target for some reason, $54.99. But you can buy it on Target's website. It is available. You can pre-order now. You can buy the Ultra Premium Collection. It's in stock. You can buy it right now for $119.99. If you go to Walmart, boom, here it is, the Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer Box. You can buy it for $54.98. It's available. It's ready to go. If you look at Best Buy, now Best Buy had some issues with the Ultra Premium Collection going in and out of stock. However, I added one into my cart earlier, right before I started recording this video. So there are times where it's still available. This has been happening for a couple weeks now. So I understand that Pokemon 151, Scarlet and Violet 151 is sold out on the actual Pokemon Center website. But when it comes to some of these big products, not necessarily the booster bundle, but the Ultra Premium Collection and the Elite Trainer Box, we're talking about weeks where these big box stores still have them available. Imagine how many people are going on and just placing an order at BestBuy.com for a pre-order of the Ultra Premium Collection or a pre-order of the Elite Trainer Box. GameStop, still available. You can still buy the Ultra Premium Collection. So there's got to be thousands upon thousands of units. This is way different than what we saw with the Celebrations UPC, where bots bought it up and it was sold out instantly, within a day, or within minutes, that the Celebrations UPC was being sold out. Whereas like people were like, Charizard UPC, why is this staying in stock for so long? Same thing is happening with Scarlet and Violet 151. So we need to get away from this whole ideology of something being short printed. It is not being short printed. It is being low allocated to local game stores, because Pokemon is changing the way that they are doing things to ensure that collectors and kids and families who walk into a big box store have access access to buy these products to help grow the game. So that way, no offense to us as LGS owners, but we took a bit of advantage. I mean, there was advantage that was taken for a long time, and I understand the margin. If you're an LGS owner, I get it. I understand the margins are thin, and we went through years of only making $1 on a booster box, and we're right back there now. You're maybe making $1 on Paldea Evolve. You're maybe making $1 on Scarlet and Violet base. And I understand that's why it's so important for you to support your local game store, because margins are razor thin right now, and the products aren't there in order to make up any ground whatsoever. Pokemon is in a very tough place, especially for LGS owners. However, because of the choices that were being made, and it's unfortunate that a lot of storefronts that were scalping the heck out of Shining Fates and scalping the heck out of Celebrations were able to profit big time off a lot of those sales. But I think that's why Pokemon is pulling stuff away and saying, hey guys, hold the phone for a second. We're going to make sure that this gets readily available out there. So we're going to put these in places that it can't be scalped, and it's not going to be scalped. We're going to sell them at Target, Best Buy, Walmart, GameStop. If you look to your local grocery store, all of a sudden, your local gas station, a lot of places are selling Pokemon cards that weren't selling them before. They jumped on the bandwagon. Distribution had to really shut down and lock down how many applications they were accepting, because everywhere, all of a sudden, is a Pokemon seller. And because of that, Pokemon was like, okay, we're going to kind of change things up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be this way all the time. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting come Black Friday, because I think a lot of these big box stores are going to have an excessive amount of product. You might see Scarlet and Violet 151 ETBs or something like that. Some of these Titans go on a Black Friday deal. It'll be very interesting to see all that stuff. However, we gotta stop calling it short printed, because that's not what it is. That's just scaring people. It's just under allocated. A lot of local game stores are just not getting it. This is a reused slideshow, so if you've already seen this, the only data that's really going to be new in here is the allocation. And I did my best to try and figure out, okay, what can I compare this to? So I went with Celebrations as far as numbers go, because we did get relatively high allocations when it came to Celebrations. Not every store is going to be the same, but this is going to give you an idea of how low allocated this is to a lot of local game stores, much less than what we saw from previous specialty sets. I didn't want to use Crown Zenith because there really wasn't an ultra premium collection for Crown Zenith, so I went back to Celebrations. But here's the details on Scarlet and Violet. It's being released on September 22nd, 2023. There's already a set list that's out there. I'm not going to go through everything here. There's over 160 cards. You can look at a lot of the really cool cards. Open up Pokemon 151 from Japan, or just look at set lists from there. What we're going to do starting out is looking at the Elite Trainer box right here. So this is the regular Elite Trainer box. Obviously, if you order it from the Pokemon Center website, that's an exclusive Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. I do expect those to come back in stock at some point in time. Pay attention, but those are sold out right now. So your best bet on getting Elite Trainer box is just going to be the normal one. MSRP on it is $49.99. Somebody needs to let Walmart know and Target know MSRP is $49.99. It is not $54.99. You get 9 Scarlet and Violet booster packs, Scarlet and Violet 151 booster packs. It breaks down to about $5.55 per booster pack. However, a lot of local game stores are getting about half of the amount of Elite Trainer boxes that they got for Celebrations. Now, Celebrations was printed like absolute madness. It was printed a ton, and there was a lot that was available in big box stores where you could kind of walk into Target on opening day and you were able to find some kind of floating around. There was a lot of hype building up to the release of Celebration that caused a lot of FOMO, a lot of panic and things like that. But we're looking at about half the amount being allocated, at least to us, when it comes to the Elite Trainer box compared to what we saw for Celebration. So that's a huge number. That's a very significant number. Now, it's still more than what we typically get from like a normal set release like Obsidian Flames, but still about half of what you're looking for from Celebrations is a really big deal. This one was a little bit more difficult because this is the poster collection. Obviously, there wasn't a poster collection in Celebrations. However, there was a Dragapult collection box, which the MSRP was $14.99, which is similar in this. So I compared this to the Dragapult box. This one's going to have that really cool looking poster right there, plus 3 promo cards, a full-size 2-sided poster, which we just talked about. MSRP is $14.99. That breaks down to about $5 per booster pack. We're getting 24% less of these than we did of the Dragapult collections from Celebration. So not as big of a number, but still about a quarter less than what we got from the Dragapult collection boxes from Celebrations. Here's the really cool pocket album, the 9-pocket album. This is the binder collection. That's what it's called, binder collection. This is going to retail for $24.99. I compared this to the Pikachu V Union box because it's a really, again, not a product that you can really compare it to. This is really like one of the first times Pokemon has done an actual 9-pocket album as a collection box. You get 4 booster packs inside. That breaks down to about $6.25 per booster pack, but you do get that cool binder right there, that cool binder, which is more like an Ultra Pro binder, which it's a nice looking binder as opposed to like a 3-ring binder or just a small 4-up binder. 72% less than Celebration. So 72% less binder collections than what we got of Pikachu V Union boxes. There are a lot of Pikachu V Union boxes that got printed and distributed. 72% less is a huge number. So we're only getting about, you're only getting about 25% of the amount that you got for Celebrations, which is absolutely huge. If you look at the booster bundles, nothing, unfortunately, that I could compare this to. So I only had main series sets because this is the first time that Pokemon has done booster bundles for a specialty set. They have never done something like this before. Obviously, booster bundles are a relatively new idea. It's where you get 6 booster packs and that's it. And this is really the best deal out of it all because $26.49, your price per pack breaks down to $4.42. This is the best bang for your buck, but you don't get any of those extra goodies. It's just 6 booster packs in a nice little box. That's it. We're getting 380% more than Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved was a bit underprinted. That was communicated from Pokemon to distribution because the second series, they claim the second set in the new generation just doesn't perform as well. So they underprinted Paldea Evolved on purpose. 60% more than Obsidian Flame. So we're getting more booster bundles in a main series set, but still not enough to cover the demand. The demand for booster bundles is really high, and why not? Because it's $4.42 a pack. So if you can find booster bundles for MSRP, this is definitely going to be your best bet. Those are a little bit more difficult to find right now, but I mean, stores are at least getting more of them than what they would get from a main series set. Here's the Ultra Premium Collection right here. 16 Scarlet and Violet booster packs. You get the metal card featuring the Hyper Rare Mew EX, 1 special illustration rare promo card featuring Mew EX, 1 illustration rare promo card featuring the Mewtwo. We pulled that on Wednesday. It was super cool looking. 1 Stitch Edge playmat, 1 deck box, 1 coin. MSRP on this is $119.99, and it is available everywhere. It is available all over the place right now for that $119.99 price point, even less in some stores. But we just went on Best Buy, we went on Walmart, we went on Target, we went on GameStop. Still, a couple weeks after these dropped, after this information dropped, still available. We're getting 200% more Ultra Premium collections than what we did for Celebrations. About the same number that we got for the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. Now, the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, that by itself speaks wonders to the fact that short print doesn't really exist anymore. There is not really short print. It is something that is being allocated differently. It is being allocated way more to big box stores, being allocated way more to marketing companies, and being low allocated to local game stores who are even trying to scalp the Charizard UPC before release. $119.99 MSRP, 200% more than Celebrations, about the same that you can expect from the Charizard UPC. Probably a little bit more demand for this one because of the metal cards that are inside, but still. The second last one that we're going to talk about is the Zapdos EX. I didn't put a picture of the Alakazam EX collection box up here, but it's the same thing. I'm comparing this to the Dark Sylveon / Lance's Charizard. This is going to retail for $21.99, so this is a little bit more expensive. The new MSRP on this one, it's all very interesting to me how they're breaking down MSRP, but you get the jumbo card, you get the promo cards. It's 2 different ones, Zapdos EX, Alakazam EX, the same thing as Celebrations had Dark Sylveon and Lance's Charizard. Those MSRPs was $19.99, this one $21.99, so it breaks down to about $5.50 per pack, 64% less than Celebrations. So we are getting 64% less of the Zapdos and Alakazam box than what we got of the Lance's Charizard and Dark Sylveon box. It's very important to remember that Celebrations was released in 3 different waves, so there was a lot printed of Celebrations, and a lot of times distributors just kind of shipped everything at once. So we don't know how many waves of Scarlet and Violet 151 there's going to be. As of right now, there's just one. That obviously could change. More print could be added. A lot of it's going to depend on demand. Otherwise, maybe they'll just shift more to big box stores. It's going to depend on how things sell and how things perform. But Celebrations had 3 waves, and a lot of those products came all at once. But still, 64% less is a huge, huge amount. The final one is the mini tins right here. We're getting 68% less of these than Celebrations, so a big number right there. The mini tin display is really cool. If you can find those from an online store, the mini tin display is definitely what I recommend. Obviously, instead of going for just the single tins by themselves, like open those up because it's only $5 per pack. These are retailed for MSRP as $9.99. You get 2 Scarlet and Violet booster packs, and then then you get that little art card that's inside that matches the tin. So it's a good value, better value than just about everything else except for the booster bundle. But if you can find a sealed display of tins, those are really, really cool to kind of store and display if you're keeping sealed collections and things like that. But 68% less than Celebrations is a very significant amount. So it's important to remember with Scarlet and Violet 151, underprinted, short printed, throw that out the window. Let's not talk about it. I saw tweets all over the place about it. I've seen content on YouTube about it. We need to stop calling it that. All that does is spread FOMO. All that does is increase, it gets people crabby, and then they leave the hobby, and that's not good for anybody. So not being underprinted, it's just being underallocated to LGS stores, which is fine. It just means it's going to be more available for you in big box stores. However, I do encourage you to support your local game store if they're selling these for MSRP. If they're not selling them for MSRP, maybe tell them, hey, you know, the MSRP on these is this price, and you can buy them all over on big box stores. I'd rather give you my business, and I'd rather support you. However, I don't want to feel taken advantage of. If you just have an honest conversation, I mean, a lot of, unfortunately, LGSs aren't going to take that great, but a lot of them might. So I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you do, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. You got to do that in order to win the Pokemon 151 box, but just if you appreciate the channel, if you could do those things, it goes a really long way for the algorithm. But thank you so much for taking the time to watch me ramble for 20 minutes. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you more and more every day. Thank you for everything. I'll be back in a couple days. Until then, peace.